I got here, I realized that I had an issue with my date of birth. There was a mix up. So my date of birth was not correct. So I contacted Nursing Council in Nigeria, and they said they could not do anything. Like my records are not correct, and then they could not do anything. Of
Wow.
course, travel nursing, they're making a lot of money, especially when we have like crises and they need travel nurses. Oh my goodness, they're cashing out. So if you see the trajectory right now, a lot of people are going to the UK. A lot of people from nurses, a lot of my friends are moving to the UK, and then after they leave the UK, after they get to the UK, they now move to the United States because they know it's way different.
If it's easy to cross from any field into nursing, to come study nursing, the requirements you will. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. As you know, my name is Esther, and today we have a special guest in our midst. Very shortly, you guys will get to meet her. She's a nurse here in the United States, and we'll be discussing about nursing, getting to be a nurse in the United States, all the requirements that you need to know, uh, even about the demands of nursing, different areas of nursing. And hopefully we can get to finish the conversation today. But if we are not able to finish this conversation, we'll have it as a series. So please bear with us and, stay with us through to the end of today. If you have questions that have not been answered or that we don't get to answer through this video today, you can leave them in the comment section and I will ensure that she reads your comments so that you can have your response. Thank you so much. If you're yet subscribed to my channel, please and please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and share this video so that more people on YouTube can watch this video. God bless you so much. Without further ado, let me welcome my guest for today. Her name is Tolu Lokpe. Hi, Tolu.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, I'm
Please let us
excited.
meet you. Can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay, like you said, my name is Tolu Owokwetu Shubayo. I am a nurse here in the United States. I've been a nurse from Nigeria for about going on to 12 years because I have to calculate the time from Nigeria to here. So I've been a nurse for 12 years.
That's
And
good.
right now I work as a rehab nurse and I also work as a case manager here in the United States.
Okay,
I
so
think
what
that's
is
great.
rehab nurse, case manager? I don't think I know that.
Yeah, rehab nurse meaning like yeah, working in an inpatient rehab hospital, like caring
Oh,
for
okay,
patients that
okay.
wants rehabilitation back to normal, back to
Mm-hmm.
independence. So and then case management is another field of nursing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do both.
So what's case management about?
Case management, we do like referrals. We are in between the patients going home or going to an assisted living facility or going back to another hospital. We facilitate the referral process. We work together with our insurance to ensure that these patients can go to the right place.
Okay.
Sometimes some of our patients they have to go to home health, so we make the transfer. So that's we're just in between ensuring that the patient goes back to the community safely wherever they want to go to. So that's case management in brief.
Wow, that's interesting. So you have to study nursing to be able to do that.
No, no, no. So what happens for case management is a little bit different. We have nurses that are case managers, and we also have social worker that works in that field. Yeah.
So either of those two fields gets you to practice case management.
Yes, yes. You can
Interesting.
be a nurse as a case manager. You can also be a social worker and be a case manager. So yeah,
That's
but
interesting.
even though it's two different field coming to work as a case manager, their roles are different. So for the nurse, your role is assessment and how you can help the patients go back to their not to their house safely, but also using your nursing skill. Social worker, they do more of let's say we have an issue with a patient having DPS issue, abuse, and stuff
What?
like that.
Yes, domestic.
Social worker, they deal with all that. So it's interwoven together. We work together. So yeah.
Guys, please, I need to apologize. Like my baby's voice is in the background, and I'm sorry about that. Please bear
Yeah,
with
they
me.
will understand.
So please, Tolulope, can you tell us how you got into nursing here in the United States?
Okay, so like I said, I've been a nurse from Nigeria. So when I got here, I had to go back to school. Reason being that so my major plan was to come to the United States and do my BSN, meaning my bachelor's, because I did nursing school in Nigeria and I was a nurse. I was
That's
working.
RN in Nigeria.
Yes, RN, and then I was a midwife too. So after that, okay, I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm coming to the United States to write my NCLEX because after you do all those ones, you can always verify your license and then come to the United States and then write NCLEX. So my path was come through school. So I came through school to write my NCLEX. That was my plan. So, but when I got here, I realized that I had an issue with my date of birth. There was a mix up. So my date of birth was not correct. So I contacted Nursing Council in Nigeria and they said they could not do anything. Like my records are not correct and then they could not do anything. Of course, I
Wow.
already started the process of verifying my license and everything. But then I came in as a student, so I have to be in school. I'm just like, okay, since this thing is getting taking too long, let me just go back to the pathway, like go back to school. So I started taking the prerequisites that are nursing. I at first I was able to transfer some of my credit from Nigeria because some of them were still within a particular time of a particular time frame. So I transferred a few courses, but then I still have to do some courses all over again. So and I just went back to school and I'm here now, I'm graduated and I'm practicing again.
So how many years did you have to do again?
It was 3 years because I did community college. So community college was a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
So I went to community college, did the prerequisites at the community college, and then went to nursing school in the community college. It was total was like 3 years. And
Wow.
then I
But
finished.
if your license was verified, you wouldn't have needed to go
Oh
through
yeah, if the license was verified and I was fine, I would not have to do that. The only thing I would have to do is to write NCLEX. I would
NCLEX.
just have to study for NCLEX and then write NCLEX and then start practicing.
So
Because
when
that's the normal thing people do.
okay, so that's why I was going to like let me understand. So for somebody who has studied nursing in Nigeria, let's say you've done your bachelor's in Nigeria,
Mhm.
you have your RN. The only
Yeah.
thing you would need to do would just be the NCLEX.
Yes. The only
But
thing you need to do when you get here is going to be the NCLEX. Or some of them do the NCLEX. Some of my friends that came here through that pathway, they did NCLEX in the Philippines. Some of them go to South Africa to do NCLEX. Some of them go to Ghana to do NCLEX, and then they come here and start practicing. What I mean by they come here, that doesn't mean that they just come here. They have to have a company file for them
okay,
to come there, for
okay,
them to come here. So
okay.
a
So just
company would
apply
have
for
filed for them.
jobs, the company files for you with your NCLEX, then you can practice here.
Yes. So even before the company files for you, you still have to like they have to verify your license. You have to do CGFNS. It's a whole process. It might take about 2 to 3 years. But at
Wow.
the end of the day, you're just coming here to start working. Do you
Hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get.
So yeah. So some of the companies that file for you, I think some of them one of them is like Avant Healthcare. Some people say they go through Westways. They have a couple of agencies that file for people from back home. So they will
From
take
back
you
home,
through.
well, can you take the NCLEX in Nigeria? Is it
No,
possible?
no, I don't think there's a center to take the English from Nigeria. No, you have
So
to
where's the
travel from
closest
Nigeria.
place for Nigerians to go take the exam?
Can you say that again?
Where is the closest place for Nigerians to go take the exam?
I think the closest place will be South Africa because I know someone that said she went to South Africa. Yeah, that's the closest place.
Like, how much is this NCLEX? Do you have an idea?
Honestly, I don't really have an idea, but I know it's a lot of money.
It's quite pricey.
So yeah, because even before you can even get to you going to write the exam, they have a lot of processes you have to go through. Like CGFNS verification itself is like $400 now.
Wow. Imagine somebody
That's
in Nigeria trying to convert that from naira to dollars.
Yeah, but of course, if you want to move from Nigeria to the United States, it's a lot of money that's involved.
It's
So
involved.
you would have planned for that, and it's not like you're paying the money at once. It's step by step. Like today they might say, "Oh, this is what you have to do. You have to start with IELTS, or you have to do TOEFL." You do the English exam, and then you have to do what's it called, CGFNS. Then you have to verify your license. You have to verify your school in Nigeria. You have to send back your documents to the school that you went to. I did those. I actually sent my document back to because I went to an Adventist school in Nigeria. I don't know. Shout out to anybody that's right there in SDA. That's where I went to school. And
What
then
else?
I verified my license. I verified my license with nursing council. It was through when I was doing the process of verification that they realized, oh, there's an issue with my date of birth. And then they were
And
like,
that
oh, they
wasn't your
cannot change the
fault.
reference. What did you say?
I said that wasn't your fault, but
That
you
wasn't
have.
my fault because I didn't even know. Because I went to nursing school and then I went to midwifery school. And through the
Hmm.
process, I was writing the correct date of birth. And something happened and the date of birth was messed up. So
Wow, that's so serious.
I
Sorry
didn't know.
about
Well,
that.
yeah.
Sorry
But
about
of course,
that.
all those ones
Imagine
are,
having to go to 3 years again, pay school fees, study
oh,
again.
yeah. Yeah.
But after you graduated, did you still have to write the NCLEX?
Yes, of course. I still have to write NCLEX. But it was easier for me because now I already know the process here. I already schooled here. NCLEX was a little bit way easy. Even why in nursing school was easier because I did nursing back home in Nigeria. And
So it was like a
yeah,
refresher course for you.
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was easier for me. So I didn't regret that I went back to school though. So that's fine.
That's
Even those, I know some of my friends, when I got to the United States, I called them because I know they moved here too. And I called them, oh, how is it? Because I was trying to get information like, how did you do this? She was like, oh, now they cannot practice so because they cannot verify their license. So I'm not the only one that happens to.
wow, wow. So
Yeah, I'm not
that's
the only.
something people need to watch out for. But what I want to understand is, um, so let's say from Nigeria, you want to come into the United States, you are a nurse.
Hmm.
Hmm? You have studied your BSN, your RN, you have all of that in Nigeria. If you don't plan to study, normally if you plan to study, you would have gone to get your F1 visa, right, and apply to a school here,
Yeah,
probably for masters or anything. But now, unless you don't plan to study, just plan to come and work. That means um you have to get a company to file for you. That's the first step, right?
yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so let's hold on to that. We'll come back to that because I would like you to take us through that step by step process of coming into the United States as a nurse to practice, not
Okay.
study. But before we go into that, I want to ask, do you think nursing is a lucrative field in the United States? Because we've talked about some of these courses briefly, though we have not delved fully into them. But
Yeah.
if I'm going to be spending all of this money to come into the United States to work, what is my hope?
Oh, of course.
I going to make
You,
good money
every,
here? Am I
yeah,
going
of
to get
course.
a job first? So let's even say, like, the first question should be: is nursing a high demand job in the United States?
Of course it is. What do you, yeah, it is. It's
So
a
how
high
high
demand job.
demand is it?
Oh, so one thing is that honestly, we don't get so appreciated in Nigeria. Like working in Nigeria,
As a nurse?
they're paying us peanuts, but when you're out of Nigeria, you get more. It's more money. You're being paid per hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have nursing is a very very wide field. You can work as an home health nurse. You can work as a floor nurse. You can work as a case manager. You can work. It's a versatile field and it's very very lucrative. You can work as a travel nurse. Travel nursing they're making a lot of money, especially when we have like crises and they need travel nurses. Oh my goodness, they're cashing out. So if you see the trajectory right now, a lot of people are going to the UK. A lot of people from nurses, a lot of my friends are moving to the UK. And then after they leave the UK, after they get to the UK, they now move to the United States because they know it's way different. I know they complain about like taxes in the UK, even though there's taxes in the United States too, but it's not as high as as in the
And the
United
money
States.
you will get before they even charge the tax, at least you know that it's already high. So by the time they
Exactly,
tax,
exactly.
that's
So of course, nursing is a very lucrative job here. That's just the long and short of the story.
so that means that for people that are contemplating should they move, you would advise them to move.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I just met someone recently at my job and she said, oh, she's almost getting to a CNO position in Nigeria. That's chief nursing officer.
Wow.
And she moved to the United States.
Really?
I'm like, you
So
left all that yeah.
United States, is it like she has to start again, or
No, no,
because
no.
I'm not
She
sure to
did she
recognize
did
that?
the job route. She did the filing route. So a company filed for her.
So they will still, that means our level will still be higher and she might not need to start at entry level.
If she's gonna be starting at entry level, it's not
Wow.
about yeah, it's not about oh how long. Of course, that counts. Like your experience counts, but because you're just practicing in the United States, it's the money is not gonna be like very very big. You know what I'm saying? yeah, that's your experience. Your experience counts, but I don't know how to explain it very well. You're still going to be paid well, but not like you just start now. Yeah,
Not say the
they
same
start
level.
paying you like $80 per hour. No, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
you can be
let's go
getting
back.
like you can be getting like, let's say, $30 per hour or $40 per hour. It's still good money at the end of the day if you calculate it. Yeah,
Yeah, compared to what they were probably earning in Nigeria.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so let's go back to that question I asked you to hold up. So now let's discuss it. If we can go through it step by step. So guys, I don't think we'll be able to answer everything today. Like I've seen this nursing field is so wide and there are a lot of questions to
yeah.
discuss. So we'll probably make this a series and then we'll round off some this part very soon. So Tolu, please can you just explain the steps to come into the United States to work as a nurse if you have a nursing license in Nigeria. Now, you're not coming to study nursing in the US. You want to leave Nigeria to come study to come work as a nurse in the United States. What are the steps? If you can run
Okay,
us.
I'm just gonna tell you based on the experience that I've had, because even when I was working in Nigeria, I tried to go through an agency, right? So, what I know that is that you first find agencies that can file for you. I just give an example like Avant Healthcare, Westways. There's one called Passport Healthcare. There's a couple of them, a lot of them. So you go online, check like agencies that file for nurses or agencies that file for international nurses. So when you go to their websites, you see all the steps that they need you to take. Some of them would require you to do like an English exam first, or some of them would want to test your ability, and then you take their own exam first. So
Do you
they
have to
would.
pay to them?
What did you say?
Do you have to pay them?
Yeah, you don't have to pay them first.
Okay.
They will want to test you. Like you say, you're a nurse. How good are you with your nursing? Like they will just ask you the general questions, like,
Okay.
oh, if a nurse is blah blah. They just ask you some questions on their website
Okay.
just to see, oh, how far can we move ahead with you? Some of them would ask, how long have you been working in Nigeria? How many beds is
Do you know
your
if they
hospital
have
beds?
like age limits? Do you know if
Oh,
they
I
have?
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think age is part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they would have requirement that what you have to check first. So after you check this requirement, then they have steps that you have to take. I know one of the steps is you verifying your license, you verifying your school, like your education background, and you have to go through CGFNS. CGFNS is like a licensing body that would do all that for you. You have to pay those people. And some of them would do all those things for you first, and then you pay them by working for them for like 2 years, or working with them for like 3 years. I mean, so all those requirements they are right there on their
And by
website.
working with them for like 3 years.
Yes, like the agency
Have
would
you
bring
like
you.
whole salary or just a fraction of it?
No, they will not take your salary. No, they wouldn't take your salary. But they will bring you in, and then you have to sign a contract saying, "Oh, I'm going to work with you guys for 2 years. I have to work. I'm going to work with you guys for 3 years."
Oh, you're working with them.
With the agency, they would post you. They will put you to the hospital, and they are contracted with those hospitals. Do you get
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm saying?
So
So
your own
let's.
salary is not their business.
What did you say?
Like my salary is not their business,
No,
right?
no.
That's
Some
what I
of
was.
the like the ones I know, they don't cut your salary. They will just they would so what happens is that they will post you to an hospital that you work with, and the hospital in turn would pay them, and then they would, of course,
That's
everything is
an
already in a
outsourcing
contract.
agency. I understand.
Yeah, everything's already in a contract. So this is how much they're going to be paying you. They're not going to cut through your salary. You don't care about how much the hospital is paying them. You are caring about how much they would pay you. So yeah, but before they would have told you everything. Everything it has to be transparent before you even start working, before they even start processing your papers and everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So they would be the ones to take you through the classes, because nursing in Nigeria is way different from nursing here. What I mean is that the way we were being taught in Nigeria is way different than how they were being taught here and how we practice here. A lot of times in Nigeria, we have to improvise. Like we don't have this, you have to use something that you have. But here, everything is available. So you just have to know. You have to learn and unlearn. That's one thing I had to do. I had to learn a lot of things because it's way different. Even though nursing is the same across board, but the mode of teaching and the mode of practice is different. So those people, they are going to teach you how to write the NCLEX exams. They're going to teach you how to, like, everything that you need to know for NCLEX. They will take you through that, and then after you finish your NCLEX, they are the one that are going to register with the board of nursing that you're going to get licensed with, and then after NCLEX, then you have to go and do your green card or something for you to come here. So agencies, they file for people. So it's every like the one I just said, Urban Care, Passport Health Care, Westways, a lot of them.
Thank you
You
for
see all the
giving us
requirements.
those names so that at least people can check them out for those that are interested. But now
Oh
that
yeah.
means that for this route, what I'm saying is only nurses can come in through this route.
No, not only nurses. I know
Mm.
physical therapists do come through this route. I'm not sure
For
about
physical
pharmacists,
therapy, do they
but
need to do NCLEX?
no, they have their own licensing exams too, I think. Yeah. They have their own board too. Board
Okay.
of I
So
don't know what
physical
wait.
therapists, what about medical doctors? Can they come through the same route?
Oh, medical doctors too, they have their own licensing body.
Like, do they can they come in through these agencies? Is what I mean. This same agencies
Oh, no,
that you
these agencies are majorly for nurses or physical therapists. I'm not sure about medical doctors, like the agencies they come through with. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We can do more research about that. So, all right. Thank you so much for explaining all of that. Like, I, this is really eye opening. I believe that this is also be beneficial to a lot of people out there, especially
Yeah.
nurses that are looking to move. So, is there like a time frame, or maybe, is this an ongoing thing? Like, whenever anybody is ready, they can always check out those agencies that apply, or is something
Oh
that
yeah.
comes for a period of time?
Oh, definitely. So, there are always agencies that would want to file for you, but the major thing is now the time frame for you to now do all the processes. A lady I met recently said she started processing in 2019 or 2018 or thereabouts. COVID happened, and so she
Mhm.
just moved to the United States in 2023. That's like 3 years after.
But
So
it shouldn't be that long, right? If not for COVID.
yeah, also it depends on USCIS too.
Hmm.
And it depends on backlogs. But
Backlogs.
usually it takes around 2 years, 2 to 3 years
So
two to
the
three
advice
years.
would be for people that probably still in school and want to apply, maybe they can start as soon as they graduate.
Oh no. So for people that are in school, they have to finish school first.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like as soon as they graduate, they can start the
as soon as they graduate, they can start gathering
process.
like,
You know
oh
that okay, they can give themselves like 3 years to
yes,
have this
yes,
done.
yes,
All
yes. But
right.
some of them would want you to be a practicing nurse for in Nigeria for at least 1 year before they can say, oh, they want
Mhm.
to start processing your papers for you or working
Yeah,
with
so
you.
you will need job experience.
Yes, that job experience is important too, definitely.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is where we'll round off this part
Okay.
of the conversation. We will continue in another video. Or have to split this video so it doesn't get too long. So
Too long, yeah.
we'll continue this conversation in another video. And in the next video, we'll be discussing more about how to be a practicing nurse in the United States through the education route, like, as an international student, we will
International student.
examine, if it's easy to cross from any field into nursing, to come study nursing, the requirements you will need to meet to study nursing in the United States, and then the process to work here as a nurse
After you after you finish
at
school.
graduation. Because for somebody like me, I studied accounting, but I came into the United States and I was able to study computer information systems, right after I came into United States, like immediately, that was what I came to study. So we would like to know, is that possible? Like if somebody has studied accounting in Nigeria, can they come into the United States to study nursing? How possible is it? And is it advisable? All of those things we'll discuss in the next video. Please, guys, do not miss that part of the conversation, especially for people that are, contemplating this move. You don't want to miss that conversation. If you have any questions, like you said, please do not forget to leave them in the comment section below. All your questions will be answered. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging with us, and till we see you again.
Bye.